Hi guys, my name is Torres Sanchez and I am a young adult author. I write books for teenagers. My latest book is called We Are Not From Here, and it is a book about three teenagers from Guatemala who are trying to get to the United States. They're fleeing some pretty dangerous conditions in their home country, and they are just trying to be safe. They're seeking refuge, they're seeking asylum, and they're riding on a train known as La Bestia, trying to get to the US southern border. It's a very dangerous journey. And so we follow the three teens as they go through this and see everything that they encounter and all the struggles along the way and their different fates at the end. Um, it's a book that deals with, real world issues. And that's basically what all my writing is about. I always write books that show teenagers in pretty difficult situations dealing with real life problems. My books have been about family dysfunction and grieving and, you know, death and bullying and self-esteem issues and trauma, just a lot of, hard stuff. And a lot of times people ask me why I write books that deal with those kinds of things. And my answer is that I think it's really important. I think it's important to talk about those things and to acknowledge that they exist, right? Too many times I think that people just want to kind of shove that stuff under the rug or push that stuff back into the dark. And I'm a big believer in bringing that stuff out into the light because I think it's the only way that we can really heal or overcome those kinds of hard things. Or understand those kinds of hard things. And so I write books for teens because I think teenagers are really open-minded individuals, and I think that they're not afraid of the truth. And so I write books that deal with that kind of truth. I also think that if a teenager is going through something really difficult and hard in their life, I think a book is a really great place to understand that you're not alone, that other people and other teenagers are going through hard times as well. And I think that if you're a teenager who isn't going through something difficult, that a book is a really great way to understand somebody who is, the point of view of somebody who is, and to, empathize with that character and with that struggle. So that's why I write those types of books. How I write is I used to write by going to a coffee shop or a bookstore every morning and writing first thing in the morning because it's when my mind feels like the freshest and the clearest. But it's been hard to do during this pandemic. So I'm just writing whenever I can. I'm being pretty easy on myself and not demanding too much. And I'm just trying to get inspiration wherever I can, from art, from poetry, and from music, and just, writing what I can. So I'm going to leave you a prompt today, and I hope that it helps you on your writing journey. Because I write about heavy things, I'd like you to try this exercise. I want you to close your eyes, and I want you to think about the heaviness on your shoulders and, the heaviness in the world that you feel. And now I want you to imagine a character who is dealing with that same sort of heaviness. And I want you to write a letter to the world from your character's point of view, which means, if the world was listening, what would your character say? What would your character get off their chest? What information would they divulge? So think about that and try to write that letter. This prompt is inspired by a poem by Emily Dickinson called This Is My Letter to the World. And I think she's a great poet and highly encourage you to check her out and try this prompt. And that's it. Thanks for listening. Good luck and happy writing.